Hi everyone. Today I am starting a new series. I plan to try to bring weekly messages from those who've departed this incarnation. Oftentimes that will be loved ones, but not always. It could be acquaintances that you've had in this lifetime that have moved on. It could be pets. It could even be those that you may have had differences with when you were here. And again, mostly I suspect it will be your loved ones coming through. But I've done a couple of other readings that were from the departed, and I felt like it was something that people really needed and that people really appreciated. And so I wanted to provide more of that. So I am going to try to do this every week, at least once a week. And since I'm just starting out, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, but we'll just dive right in and see how it ends up. So today is June 18th of 2022, and so this reading is a weekly reading for the week coming up, June 19th. However, energy is timeless, and so if you have found this reading at some other time, please know that the messages that you receive in this are meant for you at this time, whenever it is, and that you were meant to find this reading when you did. So, if you ever come across a reading that is for a particular date, a particular time period, a particular event, don't completely discount it, because we're led to where we need to be when we need to be. And so if you found this recording at some other time, just know that it is for you and it is perfect timing. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start. I've actually created a spread for this specifically. It's nothing revolutionary. It's pretty typical of some other spreads that I have seen. So we'll see how it works out. So the first card, I'm sorry, I'm trying to feel which deck that I need to use right now. I think this one. The first card that we're going to get in this reading is a card to represent the departed that is coming through to provide messages to you. So Spirit, would you please provide messages for my listeners as to who the departed is that is coming through to provide messages to them? Okay. Not quite what I expected, but we will go with that. Okay. All right, we got lots of wands energy here. Lots of wands energy and some cups energy as well. So this person was a very, very vibrant individual. They were someone who was usually very upbeat. They were someone who really, really lived life to the fullest. And when they had an idea, they didn't mull it over. They didn't ponder whether it was a good idea. They didn't hesitate. They just jumped in with both feet. They are someone who had a lot of vision. It was someone that if you needed advice, you could go to them, and not only would they provide you with advice as far as, which way to turn or what was a good thing to do, but they would also provide you with encouragement. They would also provide you with a sense of belief in you. So that is kind of an overview of who this person is. I feel as though with this Four of Cups, we got the Queen of Wands, the Princess of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and then we got the Four of Cups as well. So I feel as though this individual was kind of a mentor for you. They were perhaps someone who was older than you, but not by a lot. This was more of a maybe like a young aunt or uncle, or perhaps a teacher when you were in college or something along those lines. But I feel as though this individual was someone that you looked up to, but that they were almost more of a contemporary. They kind of gave you a feeling that because they were as close to you in age and sort of in perhaps at the opposite ends of the same part of life, but because they were sort of within the realm of your peers, but yet they had already achieved some stature, that you not only looked up to them for guidance, but that it really made you feel like you could achieve what they had already done, because they were someone who you could see that they were successful, and that they were just a very self-confident individual and a happy individual, and yet you could see yourself in them. You could really relate to who they were, because you had a sense of connection with them. You felt very similar to them. You saw yourself in the future becoming very similar to who they were. So, okay, thank you, Spirit, for those messages. Next, could you please provide my listeners with messages as to what was their relationship with this individual? What was their relationship with this individual when this individual was here? Okay. So, interesting. We got the Hermit and we got the Two of Cups. So this was a relationship that was very much one-on-one. It may have been a partner in life, but it also may have been like a best friend, a confidant. Again, I keep getting this picture of a trusted aunt, a trusted aunt that you could go to, that at the holidays, she was the one that you always gravitated to, and the two of you went off to talk about things. I get the feeling with this Hermit card that perhaps the two of you were kind of the black sheep of the family, that you didn't really fit in with the rest. You were kind of more into things that are more esoteric than the mainstream. Everybody else was off playing board games, and you guys had a Ouija board in the bedroom, or something along those lines. You were discussing very worldly things. You were discussing spirituality, or you were discussing something that would change the world, while everyone else was talking about the weather. So that's kind of the impression that I get of the relationship that the two of you had. It was very close. This individual treated you as an equal, even though she was somewhat older than you, and you saw her as being more accomplished than where you were now, but she very much treated you like an equal. She loved you very much, and it was a very sort of a confidant, you could tell her anything, and she would understand, and she would help you with anything that you needed. Spirit, thank you so much for that message. Could we please now know what it is that my listeners want to know from this individual, from their loved one, from their departed? What is it? What is the concern or the query that my listeners have for this loved one? What is the question that they're wishing to know? Spirit, could we have a little bit of clarification for that? One more card, please. Okay, so the question that I feel that you have for this loved one is, how long is this going to hurt? They're being gone. You have this deep, deep heartbreak. And the Ace of Cups is the beginning of a very emotional time. So I don't know if this is a recent, that it's recent that this individual has left this incarnation and passed on, or if this has been going on for some time. And the emotion which began when this person left is still hanging on and still seems just as strong as it was then. So I feel as though your question to this loved one is, how long is this going to hurt? How long until I feel better? How long until this starts to not be so painful? Spirit, thank you for the messages. Can you please provide us messages with regard to the reply to this query from my listeners' departed loved ones? What is the reply, please? What is the departed's reply? What is the reply from loved ones? Okay. So we got the Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups is somewhat of a similar card to what we had over here with the Ace of Cups. But the Ace of Cups is truly the beginning of this emotional journey. The Prince of Cups, it's still a young energy. It's still a beginning energy, an innocent energy of this emotional state. But this card is talking about beginning to master this emotion, or beginning to become more integrated with this emotion. It's not so much about the emotion going away. It's more a card of beginning to integrate and understand that this emotion is still going to be there and probably will always be there, but it's going to become something different. And so this card is talking about learning to move this emotion so that it becomes something different, so that it becomes something that anchors you to this person still, but it's not such raw, painful grief. We also have the Princess of Discs, which talks about, like I'm saying here, anchoring this feeling into your being, not in the sense that you're going to anchor this sadness, but you're anchoring it in such a way that this is a beloved memory. This is emotion that belongs with this person. This is the emotion of loving this person, of what you shared together. And part of what grief is not having a place for that emotion to land anymore. But you do still have that. You need to, now the way to move through this emotion is to bring it and to anchor it within yourself, to anchor it to the beautiful memories that you have with that individual, the beautiful times that you had with that individual, speaking to them now, what you learned from them and you can now put into practice, that self-confidence that you got from them, that encouragement that you got from them, that feeling that you could do whatever you wanted to do because they believed in you. This talks about anchoring that into your being. That's how that's going to begin to move this emotion out of this place of where it's just brand new and raw into a place where it's still going to be there, it's still going to live, it's still going to have moments where it's painful, but you're learning to integrate it into yourself as a place of strength. And with that, we also got the 10 of discs, which is just a deeply, tremendously beautiful card of fulfillment. So by being able to bring this emotion inside you, you don't want to get rid of it. That's a common misconception that people want to get over grief. What you need to do is you need to anchor that into your soul. All of the things that you learned from this individual, all the things that they gave you are still there. And so now you learn to utilize that. You learn to integrate that into yourself, because this person is a part of you. This person, when they were here, they were very much a part of your life, and they still are. They still have given you all the gifts that they've given you. So take those gifts and integrate them into your soul, into your heart, into your life. Not just your emotions, but these card of discs, this is the physical world, this is the 3D world. So this is saying, we want to anchor those emotions. We want to remember this person. We want to feel the love that we had for them. We want to feel what they gave us emotionally. But we want to take that. We want to take what they gave to us and put it into play here in this life. We are still in this life. We are still going through this life and dealing with what life throws at us. And so when life gets tough, when these feelings get tough, these two cards are saying, draw upon what you got from this relationship and use that. Make it a part of what propels you forward. Make it a part of what makes you fit into your life. Make it a part of what makes you successful and abundant and happy. In particular, happy. Make it a part of when you have those successes in this life, when you achieve those things that you're working so hard for. Remember that this person gave you a push. They gave you a foundation to stand on. They made you believe that you could do whatever you wanted to do. So remember that and make that part of your motivation to do whatever it is you want to do in this lifetime, and anchor that here. And that will help you to move through this grief. Spirit, thank you for those messages. May we have messages with regard to something that my audience's loved ones or departed would like them to know. Something the departed would like them to know, please. What does the departed want my listeners to know? We got the King of Wands. We started with the Queen of Wands and the Princess of Wands, and now we're getting the King of Wands. The Kings are all about mastery. So what your loved one wants you to know is that they're passing you the torch. She is holding a torch. She is holding a torch. They are passing you this torch, this flame of life, and they know that you can be the one to master this. They know that what they saw in you was absolutely what they knew that they saw in you, and what they said that they saw in you, and they know that it's the truth. And they want you to know that it's the truth, that you have everything within you to be able to master this passion for life, to be able to master whatever it is that you want in this lifetime. So whatever it is that you're going for, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you'd like to achieve, they want you to know that you absolutely will. Not that you can, that you will. Wow. Sorry, I'm a little choked up here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to pass these messages along to you. And I hope that this has been as beautiful for you as it has for me. I feel like I'd like to get one final message. Spirit, is there anything else that you'd like my listeners to know? Any final message from their loved one? Oh my. The card that we got is magic. Your life is absolutely magic, and they want you to know that. Wow. That's beautiful. An additional card that came out is the card of quiet. So I think that they're saying that when you maybe lose your way or don't know where to go or don't remember what this individual brought to you, when the world gets too loud for you to feel, to know, to hear your own guidance, in the quiet, you will hear your loved one will speak to you. So if you ever are missing them, if you ever are needing them, they're telling you just to become quiet and you'll hear them, because they're always here with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much to my listeners. Thank you so much to your loved ones for coming through and providing these beautiful, beautiful messages. I hope that this has been helpful for you. It certainly has touched me today. So I'm really feeling like this is something that I want to continue to do. This has been really powerful. So thank you for joining me. Were it not for you, I wouldn't receive these beautiful messages either. So blessings to you. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.